Hello, students. This is a video about setting up and publishing an eighth wall project. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, perfect. So I'm in my eighth wall workspace, which you can go to at eighthwall.com slash whatever you put your username as, and then slash workspace. Over here on the right, there's a button that says new project. I'm going to hit that. New project, project URL. This will be the URL of your published project. It cannot be changed later. This is true. This is serious. So when people are looking at the URL to your project, they're going to see whatever you put here. So it's best to put something that makes sense for your project. For mine, I am going to say, you know what? Actually, I'm going to say quote project. But for you, it might make more sense to put the actual quote in there if it's short enough, or something else. I think that it does not like these letters. There we go. Okay, no capitals. I think it'll change it into dashes later. I'm going to open up an empty project right here down in the left-hand corner, and I'll hit clone project. Fantastic. So this creates this default space for us, really similar to what we saw in other programs like Blender and Spline. We have our cube starting out in the middle, which we don't need. To get rid of that, I can just hit delete on the keyboard. Over here in the left, we've got our scene items. So we have two lights in here. We have ambient light and directional light, and we have a camera. So ambient light is kind of going to light up everything equally. Directional light is light that comes in at a specific direction and will impact shadows and such. For our project to be augmented reality, we need to tell it so. Otherwise, it's going to default to just a 3D project. To do that, we're going to grab our camera over here on the left. We know that it's selected because it's highlighted here. And then we also see some of the camera helpers in the middle. And we have this nice preview down here of what the camera sees, which is currently nothing. Over here in the inspector with the camera selected, there's an option that says type. It's currently set to 3D, but we're going to change that to World AR. That means it's going to use the camera that looks out into the world. If we had selected Face AR, then it's going to use the inward camera so that you can attach things to the face. Fantastic. Okay, so now we've got our camera set to AR and we've removed our cube, but we need to add something in here for us to have a project. I already picked what I'm going to test upload in here, which is a little figure I made for a different project that is a memory moment of me sewing one of my projects while I was going to NYU. It's uploaded down here in the bottom. It's called sewing.glb. If I drag it right up here into this box, it pops right in. I'm just going to give it a nice look, make sure everything looks normal. It totally does. Fantastic. I want this to have shadows when it comes in my space. I think that AR projects should have shadows always. If something's in there and light is around, there should be a shadow. Otherwise, to me, it feels like just digital content overlaid, you know? It doesn't really feel attached. Okay, so to do so, I'll hit plus and plane and just add a nice blank plane, scale it up over here by just clicking and dragging on this X right here. And since we have this link closed to say, oh, keep X, Y, and Z all linked together, it all scaled up together at the same time. Now it's white. I don't really want that. So let's get rid of that by saying that it is a shadow material. So now we've taken away its like normal material properties and it's a shadow material. Fantastic. And we'll hit receive shadow. I'm just going to leave this stuff for now. You can mess with that in your projects. Okay, this is a shadow material. It's got receive shadow. Fantastic. Now we need to grab this one and say cast shadow right here. Fantastic. Now we can even see the shadow demoed right there. Wonderful. Okay, great. Now we've got our item in there and it has a shadow and we have told the camera that this is an AR project. We want to test it. To test it, first I'm going to hit Command S, which is the same thing as clicking up here and hitting build. It's the way to kind of save the state that we're in. Fantastic. And I just want to test this as it is right now. I don't really want to publish it yet. To do that, down here at the bottom, it says connect device. There's another way. I could hit plus right here and see it in the simulator, and it kind of default puts them at like the sidewalk. So that's kind of fun. This is how it would look if you're walking by and saw it. But I want to test it in my space for real. I have the availability. I'm going to do it. So you hit plus or you hit connect device down here at the bottom left, and you're given this QR code. I can test this QR code. If you try this QR code later while watching this video, it probably won't work. Okay, fantastic. I'm loading it. AR requires access to device motion sensors. Great, continue. Allow. Allow. I got to give it access to camera and the motion. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see if I can change my share. Okay. Oh, I can't show the share with you, but that's okay. I'll try to include this little video. Awesome. Move my mouse. It's like it's sitting right on my desk. Well, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. So what I'm going to do is call that good. I don't need to have this connected anymore. So I'm minusing that. Looking all around it. Yeah, I feel good. So now I'm going to land, which is the way of saying I want all the changes that I made to be acknowledged for a publish, whether that publish is about to happen or not. It could be that I want all these changes to be saved and acknowledged, and then I want someone else to come in and do their changes and note it. But right now, we're on our way to publish. But I'm going to describe my changes, which is I removed default cube, added AR content and usability, added shadow. I'm going to land my files. I don't want to hit land and publish. I maybe could, but I think it does weird stuff with staging, and I just always prefer to do the 1, 2, 3 anyway. Even though I sometimes wish that it was just more like a design system where you kind of just design it and where it is and you like it, you hit export, but this makes sense from the developer perspective. So I'm hitting publish. This initialized project, this is the current like publish. This is what's out there right now. So if you were to access the share link for this project right now, what you would see is that original cube in there, and it wouldn't be an AR project. I'm just going to select the public right here. I'm not really messing with staging. Staging would be if you wanted to test publishing it and giving the link to other people. but you didn't want to publish it to the true one for now. You just want other people to test with this like interim space. Okay, so I'm selecting this and publish. Oh, I got to give it a project title. I'm just going to say, oh, not that one. Sewing experience, even though I gave it that quote. I don't know why I gave it the quote one earlier. I think that was for y'all. But okay, so mine sewing experience, a memory moment of my first sewing project. Done. Okay, this is going on right here. Great. So if I select this, what it does is it takes me over here. And because it's an AR experience and not a desktop experience, it gives me this image and this QR code. You can change this image to be something of your choice as well. In this example, I did not, but then you can scan this QR code. If someone is given the link to their phone, it will directly open the AR experience. I'm going to scan this with my phone, just absolutely double check that everything came out the way I thought it would. Awesome. I'm testing it, and now I see it on the floor, and it looks great. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this was helpful for y'all. The steps were create a new 8th wall project, remove default cube, bring in your pieces, change the camera from 3D to world AR. And to do that, you select that and then find it over in the inspector. Then you test it with the at connect device. And when you're happy with the results, oh, and add a shadow plane to receive the shadows and tell the other object to cast the shadows. And then build, land, and publish so that you may share your project. Okay, y'all, happy projecting. I'll see you soon. Bye.